Hello and welcome to the Kids Voice Box show on the Friday night. And today you are listening to me, Ben.
Hello.
And we've got quite a few. Oh, and Mal. Yeah. I forgot about you then.
I'm one of the young commentators.
Yeah. You've joined in with us today.
Yeah. And we've got 2 apologies, haven't we?
Oh yeah. So Jaden is our
Mal.
no, not Mal's.
No.
We made that.
Wayne's.
Yeah.
We made that mistake last week.
Dan's another one. Don't know who for.
Except for not weddings.
So everyone's getting married today, Friday,
Yeah.
see? So is it the 13th today?
Where's Connor?
Oh no, it's the 2nd of September.
Yeah, second.
Where's
Anyway, Connor?
Yeah.
Connor's disappeared now, he's
Connor?
gone. Down to 4 now, yeah.
Yeah.
He had, I think he was talking about training or
he was
football on a
showing
Friday,
like
so it was a
football
lot.
on Friday.
And because we had the Friday show, it gets out the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so we've got the Magic 4 whenever.
Yeah.
So we should be alright for next week. Should
Yeah.
imagine there's no weddings. There is school though, lads.
Yeah. Back on Monday.
No one.
So tell us all about it.
Well, I'm going into year 10, so starting GCSEs, that's big. But really not looking forward to getting back. I think it's because we've been off for this long time, I don't really want to go back. And like when my dad was saying the other day about when he was younger, like they really had no like Xboxes or like the telly to watch or anything, so they literally wanted to go back because they get bored towards the end. So like they'd just be excited
I
to
think
go
your dad's
back.
selling porky.
He probably
Just to get you back.
was.
Yeah, come on, mate,
like,
come on.
Not really. I don't really want to go back. What about you?
I don't want to go back either. I'm going to year 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been stressed for the last.
I remember last year, right? Now the difference is another year. And when I said to you, everyone was here, they're all talking, I said, you're all looking forward to going back. You all said, yeah. Now, what's the difference now? You're not looking forward.
No.
Yeah.
Has it been a good year? But then again, it was close to COVID, you had nothing to do, you couldn't wait to get back to your mates, things like that.
Yeah.
I suppose there's a massive difference now.
Yeah.
You're seeing
like,
too much of them.
I think in like even in like November when the World Cup's on, you've literally like we'll be back in schools as well. I think the games starting at like 3 and 5 at night. At like night. I thought it'd be like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. That's what it was like last World Cup. I remember getting up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to watch an 8 o'clock game, and I was just like, why am I doing this? But I think it was France and Australia that were playing, and it was just like, but I'm glad it's.
So, do you think
like that.
do you think the teachers have got the facilities to record games to let you watch them?
Yeah.
In the World
I
Cup?
don't know.
In my once in my history class, he's actually me history teacher was a big Liverpool fan, so we watched the Champions League draw whilst we were doing our work. So that was really good, but I don't think they will.
I think they will. I think if you all talk to the teachers, tell them to record the games and a couple of lessons, you can watch them, miss whatever the ones you don't like, put the football on because the teachers will be amazed as well. Watching the World Cup, be honest.
Yeah, they probably will.
Especially if England are in it like, but
Yeah, I haven't really got my hopes up about England
no,
in
not
the
at the
World Cup.
moment, no.
Yeah.
I'd probably be more hopeful with the England women in the World Cup.
Well, if you go into the Premier League now, what now is it? Every week we're going to be playing 2, could be 3 games per week.
I didn't realise, I thought the Champions League was going to, if it was starting early, I thought it was going to start in like September, but it's not, it's starting literally Tuesday. And I didn't realise we were playing, who was it?
Napoli.
It was Napoli, Napoli on Wednesday, but that's a big game, but I didn't realise it was starting that early.
I'm glad
You've got to get it all done before.
because we've got the Derby game first, haven't we? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's on the Wednesday and not the Tuesday after it, because it's going to be a big game.
Because that'll be it'll be a couple of days after, so we'll be able to get prepared for it. But like the Derby's a huge game, and we got Darwin Núñez is eligible to play.
He is so much. Do you think
He's
he'll start?
I think, I'm not sure whether Klopp will, because you never know what Klopp does. He just randomly does some things and makes random changes. But I think, I think what Darwin done, I don't think, and Bobby's form, I don't think I want Bobby to start because he's been on amazing, on amazing form, and he's been playing very well. We've got like, was it three assists and 2 goals in the 9-0.
Yeah.
And that was, I didn't even realise he got 3 assists until like when we
Yeah,
were 3-0
yeah.
up, and was like, wow, he got 3 assists. But he was just, everyone's got him in the
And what about that rubbish player we've got, that Mo Salah? What's going on with him?
What's going on with him? Like, he did get back, and when was it? When did we play? Saturday?
What are we in now?
Oh no, not Saturday. I got confused. I thought it was, yeah, we played Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, we got Wednesday. Got confused then because it was like we were playing midweek.
Well, as I say, they're coming thick and fast
yeah,
now, aren't
because
they?
we've got a load of them coming soon, but they've got there was a couple of days that we had some space between the games, and it's just that's ridiculous about the amount of games that we've got to play this season. But like it will be good because we've got a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
But that it is hopefully going to be really good. But like the derby, I think Bobby will start. I think Curtis Jones will come back in midfield. I'm not sure if Arthur is eligible to play, whether they got that paperwork done in time, but I don't think they did, because apparently it was a late night call.
He can't play in the Champions League, though, can he?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe that's where they brought him in for that.
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were wanting, so he probably will play.
Yeah, I think I can't see him playing tomorrow. I really can't. I don't know what sort of game it's going to be tomorrow, because off camera and off before we're all talking about this. Now you've noticed as kids watching the games as well, the time wasting that's going on with players. Now imagine at grassroots level putting all the kids and telling them to take the time on throw-ins, when the ball goes out, leave it.
Yeah.
You know, coaches, and imagine that, because if you go and watch the likes of yourselves playing it Saturday and Sunday, brilliant football, end to end with all the kids.
Yeah.
They don't know when to stop. What's happened to the Premier League?
I know,
Why is it
because
going?
when they were talking on, I did on TalkSport, they were talking about the time wasting of how it's affected the game, and they were, I think, it's in games where you are playing for 90 minutes, you aren't playing for 90 minutes. I think that game, the ball was only in play, like actually being kicked around, not like on the field, for I think it was 54 minutes, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I think the shortest, it was a couple of years ago, and I think it was in the Championship, and it was I think it was like 39 minutes. But that's like, you've lost the whole half because of the amount of, like, must have been time wasted and
the money the fans are paying.
Yeah, and they're watching literally 35
See, I
minutes.
think, like, we'll talk about 2 games, you know, they'll say they didn't do it. Newcastle and Everton.
Yeah, Everton.
The way these have gone. Now, coaches, we talk about grassroots coaches here, they all go out there and they all do what they can to try and win a game, things like this, and what I'm saying is, good coaches get the teams working. I could be a coach in the Premier League, keep hold of that ball in the throwing, go down, feel injury, start saying, I've got a sore knee, got cramp. I think most of these physios should be sacked.
Yeah, because they've just, the amount of times, I know there was a lot of Newcastle players that went down in that game, but Joe Linton was literally the one that stood out the most. The amount of times he went down, I think there was literally, he hadn't even been kicked, and he went just down, like, with cramp, but like, they weren't that tired. And Eddie Howe, in his interview at the end, had said that they were just unfit in the end.
That's poor,
but that wasn't the case. I think this past week, managers, the amount of things that they've said in interviews is just poor. It was like with Scott Parker as well, in his interview after being sacked, he'd said that, it wasn't even after, it was just before he'd been sacked, he'd said they weren't prepared to be in the Premier League because they weren't given that much money by the board to actually get and buy players in the transfer market.
He was having a dig though, wasn't he?
He was having a dig at the board there, but that's going to put your players down, and I'm glad he was sacked after what he said. I didn't even find out what he said until after he'd been sacked, but I think there was something going on there with
well, it is staff and
a while. but there's a lot of managers at risk of being sacked soon.
Well, there's going to be there if the time wasting.
Yeah.
That's the tactics now coming in and saying now, you know, you're surprised. Frank Lampard, you know, used to be a good player, but he was a good player with Gerrard. That was pure football. People, it was end-to-end stuff. When he went on, where's it come from? Where's these hold the ball for 30, 40 seconds, looking around for someone to throw it to?
I think the reason why they're doing it, continuing to do it, is because the referee's not taking any action against them. Because all they do, there's some myth that, and everyone just says it's a myth because it never happens. If the goalkeeper holds on to it, after 6 seconds, they're supposed to be like yellow cards, they'll give a free kick to the opposition or something like that. But they hold on to it for like 15 seconds or go
Well, the
down.
first couple of games in the Premier League were brilliant. Everything was going. Even the pundits were all saying, look at this now, this is the way it should be. We're starting to love the Premier League. And then another 2 games later,
everyone's just hating it because of all that's going on. And like literally, it's been good with all the goals, but the time wasting has just been ridiculous because even I haven't actually seen what the time wasting was in the Everton game. I'm not sure if you did, but
I don't watch Everton. Too stinky.
But in the Newcastle game, there was a ridiculous amount of minutes that were lost, and
give the referees due, he was onto it.
And he say about 5
Andre
minutes.
Marinet, I thought, not because I'm a red or anything like that, but the time just went up, and he, even when they were the subs, everything like that, he put it on, he just went.
Because like, they are supposed to do that because there's a minimum of 5 minutes, and that's what the commentator says when he holds up the board. Even like the announcer in the stadium says that it's a minimum of like 3-4 minutes, and it was a minimum of 5 minutes, so they are allowed to add it on. And the corner was actually taken, I think it was 194, it was like 94 seconds or something.
96.
Oh, 96. That was lost, so the added that on, the referee added it on, and that was that covered all the play up until that corner was given, and because the corner was given, they carried it on, and we scored from the corner, so they should actually have stood the goal, and they shouldn't have blew up, and I don't know what.
See, some of the pundits now, these teams who are doing this now, you know, we mentioned the teams who are doing it. What the pundits are saying now and saying, what you'd expect, you know, you got the likes of Man City, Liverpool, every team, Arsenal now, we're all really going hell for leather and they're playing the game of football. What you'd expect these teams to do. Now, I think the pundits are totally wrong there, because then they're demising these teams, saying they're not good enough. But they won't come out and say that. But to me, if that's the case, tactics are used because they're not good enough against the teams they're playing.
I think we are. Loads of these teams are good enough.
You only have to lift the game.
Yeah, because there are some teams that may come up once every 2 seasons and then get relegated next season, like Norwich. But like with like this season, we've seen a lot of like teams who've shocked, like all the they've just shocked everyone. Like Leeds and Brighton, they've all just got up there.
Well, that's it, isn't it? The Premier League is the best league in the world. That's what they say. But now, if you don't do something about it quickly, it's going to become the worst league.
Because of the time.
It's just.
Even in like League One, PSG win it every year, but there's no time wasting there. Well, there's hardly any time wasting, but like they get a load of minutes in. And
so there we go. This is a message from all of us here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Premier League teams, come on. Play your game, play the Premier League football that we're all used to, and let's just hope tomorrow Everton come at us so we can go at them, and an end-to-end game. Why not? Why not?
But on the topic of like teams doing well, Arsenal I think have done very well so far. 5 wins from 5, and they were. I watched the highlights of the Villa game. But they did play well, but I think you can see they're a little bit shaky. Like I think the only problem with the Arsenal team is that if they get any injuries, they've not really got anyone to as backup, because they've sold a couple of players and they don't really. I think they need a bit have a bigger squad. And they do have a big squad, but I think they need it a little bit bigger, maybe like 1-2 more players. And he didn't get that that done in the like on deadline day, and I think there was a lot of teams that I think needed to get more players, but they didn't end up doing it. Like I think Leeds, they did get one, but they were going to get another one, and there was a funny story with that. He got an offer from, I think it was Nice, and he decided he was going to Leeds. He got an all offer sorted, and he was going to do a medical and sign a contract, and then he decided, no, I'm going to go to Nice, and then he ended up failing the medical at Nice. So that's just karma coming back with him. And like he ended up
talking about karma. Now then,
yeah,
it was karma when Liverpool scored that
Yeah.
last minute goal, wasn't it? There you go.
I saw a TikTok about a Man U fan saying Klopp need to get sacked. He's just lost in Newcastle.
yeah,
And then immediately after, they scored the goal.
yeah,
Well, there you go. So,
Yeah, and he's saying we shouldn't have that extra time. It was offside and all that.
no.
Right.
But we're getting all that out. You know, it was a
Yeah.
good goal. At the end of the day, I wasn't celebrating because you don't know what VAR is going to do
Yeah.
now, do you? You're thinking, it's a goal, isn't it? And everyone's subdued, just waiting. And
yeah,
anyway, Premier League, Derby.
yeah.
We've got the Derby tomorrow, haven't we? Liverpool, Everton, early kick-off.
Spooky.
I know.
It's gonna-
It used to be. I don't know what's happened ever since, but they used to have it at like 4:30 on the Sunday, but they've now changed it to
I know.
that early kick-off, which is still good that they haven't got it like 3 o'clock, because I'll be fuming with that, because you need to have it. It wouldn't even be on the telly. But they've got it. I think it's a huge game, not just for Liverpool, but also for Everton, because they're struggling. They haven't got a single win in the Premier League so far. And Liverpool on the back of 2 wins, a 1-9-0 and a 2-1 win. And I think Liverpool are the favourites, but I think every derby, Everton always put up a really good fight. And on deadline day, they got 2 players signed, who signed for the club. They've got, I forgot his name.
More players, Nick.
Yeah, they got a Juicer guy, and they also got, they got someone from United. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because it doesn't get... I was surprised.
Yeah.
Graham, is it?
I think it's like
Yeah.
Garner or something
Yeah,
like
well,
that. Yeah,
they were talking last night on deadline day, and they turned around saying he was absolutely outstanding for Nottingham Forest. They've got a great bargain there, Everton. Now, Nottingham Forest have just signed 21 players,
Yeah.
and he played brilliant
21.
for them, and they didn't want him.
No,
Why?
I know.
Surely, if he played brilliant and outstanding for the team, you'd want him.
Yeah,
You go and
because
get
he
him.
was on loan. I'm not sure if there was an option to buy though, but he was on loan from United. He went back to United, they bought him from United. I don't even think Notts Forest were going to go for them. They were just too busy signing 21 players. And we're actually going to get 22 and might actually do it because he's a free agent. So, Mitch Batshuayi, so that's a very big word name to say.
I just feel sorry for the players who were at Nottingham Forest who are in the team now. 21 players coming in, maybe 22, as Ben says. Where do you draw the line? Where's the wage bill? You know, you're going to think...
I think they would. I think the board just told Steve Cooper, look at anyone who you want and buy them. But like, literally, they've got a few on loan.
Well, it wasn't like sort of buy one, get one free, was it?
It was
Or
just
was it?
like, I think they did get a couple for free, but they just bought it on loads. And I don't even think, how much have they spent over like £10 for each, not £10.
£10, you probably,
They probably did. But like 10 million over each one. I think there was quite a few that were less than even 5 million. But they got someone from us as well. Nico Williams, who was actually
outstanding.
outstanding. So I think they've done well in the
He
transfer
got a lesson
market.
at City though, didn't he?
But yeah,
You know,
they
so
did get a lesson, and I think the new signings
brought them back down to earth, and that's what happened.
And they decided to go and buy more instead of just, I think, not even 10. I think about 5 signings you need to stop, and I think Arsenal have done that. They've stopped at 5, and that's why they've done so well. And like even United, they've done that. I'm not sure how many they did get in the end, but they did get Anthony on deadline day. Highest amount that was spent on deadline day for one player. if it was like 82 million, but that is ridiculous amount of money.
It was
for
86, wasn't it?
Or 86, something like that.
Well, there you go.
Ridiculous.
Well, look, that's finished us with the Premier League. Forecast
Yeah.
for tomorrow, quickly.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Come on.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Everton.
I know. Probably 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
I think it'll be a very close game. I think Everton will put up a fight, but I don't think they're going to score. I'll probably say 2-0 and Fabio Carvalho got one. Will come on. And
Well, I'm going to go now for the big one. I'm going to go for 3-0 Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
Easy,
3-0.
right? Easy, because Everton are going to try to attack. They'll open them up. Liverpool
And Connor
find
Cody's
themselves.
playing as well.
Connor Cody, I think there might be a sending off there.
Yeah.
Young Connor.
Might go
He's
and
got
get.
too much to prove and he's going
Yeah.
to go at us.
Mm.
And he just might put a foot in too much.
Yeah.
Right, we've got the grassroots football season. That
Yeah.
starts today, Sunday, next week. Anyone playing any?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we wish all the teams all the best of luck. We want, I've got points to be top then, but that respect starts again. And we had some great news today from the PFA, who turned around and said they're going to support the T-shirts yet
Yeah.
again for next year, because it's our 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
And they want to do some media coverage with us as well.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to bring the lads in, yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll do something on the day for next, well, it won't be just them, there'll be a lot because it's the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
20 years we've been portraying the message about respect, don't cross the line, right the way through in grassroots football. And we need to do it again next year. So we're going to get everyone behind us this year, or next year, should we say, 22-23, and really go for it. Gung ho, Liverpool are on board, they're going to do something with us. Everton, they should be. We've got them all the governing bodies.
Yeah.
And the PFA today say, great news, we love the campaign, and we'd like to do some media coverage towards the end, or to the start of Respect. So there we go, that's one. And I'm sure the Premier League and the PGM are well.
Yeah.
They'll be doing it as well, because I think it's Mike Riley's last season in charge, and then Howard Webb takes over. So I've got to try and get Howard Webb on side. I've had Keith Hackett, Mike Riley, now it's going to be Howard. So we're watching Howard. Next year, Respect.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you want to finish the show off then?
Okay, so that's it for tonight, and it's a good night. Good night. Goodbye from me, Ben.
Oliver and Mal.
And Mal, and congratulations, big congratulations. Give him a green card
Yeah.
to Wayne
Yeah.
here, who's got married, and I hope to see him within the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully.
So Wayne,
Yeah.
enjoy. And
Enjoy.
lads, thanks very much for the great show.
Yeah.
And we'll see, well, I'll be back again tomorrow, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
There we go. Good night, God
Bye.
bless everyone.
Bye.